Allison Nielsen with CNTV, and I'm here at Down Under Saddle Supply with owner Mike Bergen. Mike, I know that this is a family-owned operation since 1992, you and your wife. What exactly made you decide to open this business?
Well, Jan and I wanted to get out of the corporate world and into doing something where we could be our own bosses, and we looked for a long time at a lot of different companies, and this was the one that really appealed to us. The company was started in 1992 by an Australian couple who came over to do specifically that, and after 10 years they decided they wanted to move back home, and it provided the perfect opportunity for us to jump right in and take over. So we've owned the business since 2002.
So I smell fresh leather. I know you can't smell it anymore. It smells wonderful in here. Give us an overview of what you offer.
Well, Down Under Saddle Supply specializes in Australian-style saddles, tack, and clothing. And we carry a little bit of everything Australia. We have the saddles, we have the Australian oilskin coats, Australian hats, Australian sheepskin products. So pretty much a very wide variety of things that people can see from Australia.
You have tack for if you owned a horse, relatively anything you need you have, correct?
Oh, absolutely. From the saddles to the saddle pads, stirrups, bridles, breastplates, you name it, we've got it.
And also you have a huge stock, 1,000 saddles?
We do. We normally carry between 1,500 and 2,000 saddles in stock, so we have one of the largest inventories of saddles anywhere, and we have the largest inventory of Australian-style saddles. You'll find there's not even anything in Australia that's as big as that.
A rider usually prefers an Australian to a Western saddle, correct?
Well, we find if you sit in an Australian saddle and ride it, you'll not want to go back to a Western or English style saddle. It has a number of benefits that make it a superior saddle, especially for trail riders, and that's our market, or people that ride trails for fun. We do carry English saddles, and we carry an assortment of Western saddles, but our specialty is Australian.
Okay, so tell us about your staff.
We have 7 people, and the size of the company allows us to provide excellent customer service. That's one of
knowledgeable?
Right. That's kind of what sets us apart from a lot of the saddle companies, is that everybody here knows the product extremely well. We know how to fit it to a horse, and we know how to fit it to the rider. Saddle fitting is a bit of an art, because you don't have to just fit a person. You also have to fit the animal, and it all has to work together, or nobody's happy. Our website is www.downunderweb.com, and we sell all over the world. We have distributors in Canada and the UK and Germany and the Scandinavian countries, and so yeah, pretty much any place you can get one. But from here in Denver, we supply all of the United States and Mexico, the Caribbean. We have a lot of customers down in that area as well.
And so you provide fast shipping, I'm sure?
Oh yes, we try and get orders out no later than the day after we receive them, and that's even if we have to custom adjust a saddle. We get them out very quickly.
Well, what are your hours here?
We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday, 10 to 4. What makes an Australian saddle unique is the pulleys here at the front of the saddle. And these little Mickey Mouse ear-looking things go up against your thigh or very close to your thigh while you're riding. And the idea is to have them close enough to your thigh to where they'll come into play very quickly if you need them, but be far enough away that you don't rub on them as you're riding. So if the horse moves or jumps or turns suddenly, your thighs will come right into contact with that and help keep you in the saddle, where in other types of saddles you might find yourself on the ground. The other thing that's unique about the saddle is that it has a suspended seat, which means that the tree or skeleton of the saddle is open across the top, and there's a webbing material like seatbelt material that's across there, and what that does is it creates a hammock effect, so that when you're sitting on the saddle and you're riding along, you're sitting on like a hammock rather than a hard piece of wood. And that hammock type of suspension takes up a lot of the shock that would normally go to your spine. The other thing that makes it more comfortable while you're riding are these leathers that are only 2.5 inches wide, and you can see that they're very easy to turn, as opposed to a heavy Western fender that causes a rotational stress on your knee at all times. The other thing that's nice about these is that they're very compact and they're very lightweight. So it's easy for the rider to put the saddle on the horse, and it's less weight for the horse to carry around. And you'll notice that this particular saddle has a horn on it that's done primarily for the American market. If you look in Australia, very few of the saddles have horns, so all of our saddles can be purchased either with or without a horn. It's up to the rider.
Now I'm here with the other owner, Jan, and I'd like you to tell us a little bit about the clothing and hats that you have.
We do sell oilskin coats and jackets, and oilskin is a really unique product in that it is waterproof, it's very comfortable to wear, and it's very functional, especially here in Colorado, but of course wherever you are it's a wonderful product to wear because it is waterproof and windproof. We carry oilskin hats as well as the coats to match the hats, match the coats, and we do carry other Australian style hats. We carry quite a variety, as you'll probably see later when you're looking around the store. The other thing that we carry that we're very excited about is we've just picked up a new line called Emu, and Emu is an Australian company. They've got a great philosophy. The emu is a bird, and it is the bird of Australia, the Australian bird. And the philosophy about the emu is that the emu cannot go backwards. It cannot walk backwards. It can only go forward. So what a great philosophy for a company to only be able to go forward. And we're very excited to have picked up that line.
So what type of clothing and shoes do Emu make?
Well, Emu makes sheepskin boots, and they also make regular shoes. They also make jackets and mittens and earmuffs, sheepskin, out of sheepskin, some of them. Emu slippers are so warm and comfortable.
So soft.
They are very soft, and we're excited to sell them.
Right. I know that we did a touch comparison, and Emu was so much softer than the generic.
Emu has developed their own sheep, and it's a cross between a Border Leicester and a Merino sheep, and it just creates a fabulous sheepskin boot.
So tell us about some of these unique Australian accessories.
Well, we carry souvenirs from Australia. We have a lot of customers that will come back from a trip to Australia and find out that they've forgotten to buy gifts for everybody that they were supposed to buy gifts for, and they can come here and find Australian boomerangs, didgeridoos, pewter items. We carry Australian kangaroo skin bullwhips and stock whips. So there's quite a wide variety of things to see.
Great.
And a didgeridoo is a musical instrument. A lot of people will come into the shop and think it's one of the rain trees that you might find in a souvenir shop, but a didgeridoo is a hollowed out tree limb, and it's been painted by an Aborigine, and it's a musical instrument that has a really deep sound. It's very difficult to play. Mike can play it a little bit, but professionals make it, it's an amazing instrument.
Well, thank you so much, Mike and Jan, for visiting with me. It's been a complete pleasure to talk to you. Well, folks, there you have it. Everything from saddles and tack to clothing. Great website, or come on down and check out the showroom. You won't find another store like this anywhere. This is Melissa Nielsen with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.